If you have been an inconsistent person and you're now looking to build a routine and do something consistently for the rest of your life and build habits around it, you must watch this. So, I have been an inconsistent person all my life. I have been the most inconsistent person I know of. I have often made plans about big and small things in my life. So, the small things being waking up on time, sleeping on time, eating on time, working out, meditation, going for a walk, whatever. The small but big things of life, and the big things, the goals we have, the passions we have, and working towards them, the plans that we make and we fail to follow them, all those things. If you are an inconsistent person, if you procrastinate, or if you tend to make plans but do not follow them, I have been there, so I know what that feels like. And this is the only thing that's working for me. And I know for sure it will help you in the long run, for sure. So the thing is that the first thing is when you have been inconsistent for a long time, there is this very solid story in your head that I am an inconsistent person. I cannot be consistent in everything because you know how you do one thing spills into how you do everything. So if you have been inconsistent, you actually believe now that okay, so I'm an inconsistent person. There is nothing that I can actually follow. There's no routine I can follow. I'm all over the place, and someday I need to like take all my life and put it into place, and that someday will come. But the thing is that the very thing that you keep repeating, I am an inconsistent person, I'm an inconsistent person, that is the very thing that is stopping you from being consistent. The thing is, we need to tweak it. I have been an inconsistent person till now. Not I am an inconsistent person. That's not true. That's not true. You do not even know that because that's not true. That's not happening right now. The very solid story in your head that says that I have been an inconsistent person, that is what you take for proof when you say that I will be inconsistent all my life. I cannot be consistent ever. So, what needs to change is yes, the fact is I have been inconsistent, and that has nothing to do with what I can do today or what I can do tomorrow or for the rest of my life for that matter. That's out of the way. So, you have been an inconsistent person, true. You'll always be so, no. We do not have any proof for that right now. The second thing we do is often when we have been inconsistent and we want to be consistent, we make these giant plans for our whole lives. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. for the rest of my life. I want to work out 365 days a year. And that's very romantic. That's very romantic. I've done it all my life, so I know that. Just the idea of you waking up at 5 a.m. and working out daily, and that tick you see at the end of the year, and you have all the 365 ticks, that's very fascinating. But for us, for you and me, who have been inconsistent all their lives, that's not going to work. And there's an honest flaw in that approach. The thing is that I am consistent or I am inconsistent, both are beliefs, identity. Both do not have to be true. You're not a machine that needs a definition. You're not a machine that needs to be programmed to behave a certain way. You are fresh. You are awareness, consciousness. You are fresh. You can take your decisions from clarity in the moment rather than always relying on the past. What that means is do not go from I am inconsistent to I am consistent and I follow my habits daily. You do not have to do it. Take one day at a time. And that sounds like the biggest cliche, but hear me out. Take one day at a time, and that's the most important thing. You will fail. You will fail. There will, for example, we are taking the example of waking up, right? Because many of us struggle with that. So, waking up on time. If you build an identity around, okay, I am the most consistent person in the room and I am going to wake up at 5 a.m. daily, The problem with that is, so both identities have problem with I am inconsistent is that there's a story and you'll not do anything. You'll never be consistent if you just keep on believing that story. Maybe you see glimpses of it, but then you'll again collapse into your previous identity. Okay, so maybe there are times when you wake up at 5 a.m, but again, third, fourth day, you'll realize, okay, this is not happening. I'm just an inconsistent person, and you'll fall back. The problem with I am a consistent person is that life will happen. Life will happen. You'll want to spend time with your friends and you will come home late at night. You'll want to have that party. You will want to spend time with your partner. You'll not be feeling well. You'll be tired. Many things will happen. And that identity of that you're building of I am the most consistent person in the room will shake. And when that identity will shake, you will collapse. So instead of doing that, instead of programming ourselves like a robot, what we can do is just take one day at a time. And when it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't trigger your I am consistent identity, or it doesn't trigger your I am inconsistent identity, because you're not holding an identity to begin with. You're just waking up, and it's just about waking up. What happens is we make it larger than it actually is. It's just about waking up on time. But you and I have been making it about our whole personality and how we are the biggest procrastinators, how we are the biggest inconsistent people out there. So when you don't wake up, it's not just about not waking up, it's an attack on your identity. It's a proof that, okay, nothing good is coming out of me because I'm just not worth it, I'm just inconsistent. Or if you build an identity around I'm a consistent person, even that identity will collapse because someday you will not wake up. You will not want to. And on that day, you can let it be just about not waking up because you're tired, because you spent the last night outside, and because you had a late dinner or anything like that. But you will make it around your identity and you'll say, oh shit, I'm a consistent person. Why am I doing this to myself? And you'll suffer. Or you'll punish yourself. That's what many people do. Or you'll punish yourself. Your body's tired, your body's saying no, not from programming, but from actual clarity. Your body's saying, I need rest today. But what you will do is, no, I am the consistent person in the room. And your body will be tired and aching, and you'll still get up. Because you want to prove that you're right. Because whatever we build our identities around, we will try to protect it. And the more you try to protect it, someday you will suffer because of it. So why not make things simpler? Why not build an identity around it? Why not keep it to what it is? Waking up on time. That's it. That's it. On waking up on time, I have a very, very important tip for you. The only thing that is going to work actually is, on a lighter note, is not sleeping on time actually. Because I thought so, that of course you sleep on time, you get your 8 hours of sleep, and then you wake up on time. The thing is, waking up on time is in our control. Sleeping on time, not in our control. I have been the person very anxious, very in pressure, lying on the bed, switched off my lights at 10 p.m. and waking wide awake till 2 a.m. because I thought, yeah, that's how it works. That's how I can wake. And when I am awake 2 a.m., okay, now I cannot wake at 5. So I'll just wake up at my usual time. But the thing is, do what's in your control and leave what's not in your control. Your body will adjust. So if your goal is to wake up at, say, 7, wake up at 7. Your body will adjust and make you sleep at the right time in a few days, a week or so, right? But the whole game is, yeah, that's a good hack, actually, try it. But the thing is that don't build your identity around things. Don't. It's not going to help you. It seems like that if I build an identity around I'm a consistent person, I'll always be consistent, but life will happen and it will hurt you. It will hurt your identity, and it will then hurt you more than it needs to. So you are not a consistent person or an inconsistent person, you're just a person. You just are. You just are. Okay? You just are. And when you wake up, don't applaud yourself. Waking happened. Good. Good. The more you applaud yourself, the more you will punish yourself when you are not able to do it. It goes both ways. The more you'll rejoice in that, the more you'll suffer when you're not able to do it. So, yeah, I'm not asking you to be this boring person, but actually it helps. It helps. Um, you know how Gita tells, Sri Krishna tells us to be this, to maintain our equanimity in anger, in love and in hate, in pain and in pleasure. You have to be at a certain calmness whenever anything happens. So you wake up, it's okay. You did a day and it's okay. Don't collect brownie points and give it to your identity of I am consistent. You just woke up and it's done. Don't make a big deal around it. You repeat it. Don't repeat it. Start it fresh. Wake up again the second day. And when you do that, don't collect any brownie points. When you continue to do that, there will inevitably come days when you're not able to do that. And on that day, it will count because you are not going to not give you brownie points. You're not going to punish yourself for doing that. So, yeah, that will help.